So after I got licensed and we made it to Pomona and had about 6 hours to regroup and get some rest before Friday qualifying, went up there and made a really nice run. I think we ran 378, I believe, and got in the top half of the field, and we ended up actually being last pair up against Steve Torrance for the Friday night qualifying run. And that was our goal going into Friday at Pomona. You know, we were kind of joking around and we were like, we're going to be first pair on Q1 and we're going to be last pair on Q2, and that's exactly what we did. Got to line up against Steve Torrance, and I kind of set my mark on the 2019 year. That second qualifying session, got to go up against the champ, and I actually left on him, and when I got up at the top end, I jokingly called him out for it, you know, that I left on the champ, the rookie left on the champ, and that kind of set the bar for the entire 2019 season. Me and Steve ended up becoming really good friends, and you know, it just kind of spiced things up in the top fuel category. So going on to Sunday in Pomona, I got to line up against my teammate Brittany Force, and the track was gorilla. It was a tire shaking fest up there, and I'd never pedaled a race car before. Never had the opportunity, never had to in testing, you know, just because there's a potential you can tear some parts up. So it was kind of a learn as you go thing, you know, during the race season. Well, E1 comes about, and of course it's optimal conditions for tire shake, and I'm sitting right behind the water box in Pomona, and if you've ever been to Pomona, right when you go under the bridge, there's a big TV screen right there. What do you call that, Kelly?
The Jumbotron?
Yeah, the Jumbotron. And I'm sitting up there watching the few pair in front of me, and Billy Torrance goes up there, and his car shakes, and I see it on the Jumbotron, and I'm like, oh man, I got to be ready for this, because you know my mind was in 1,000 different places. You know, it being my first ever round of competition, all the stuff that had led up to it, and I see him shake, and he pedals it and did a phenomenal job, and I'm like, oh man, I got to be ready for this. And sure enough, our car goes up there, does the exact same thing as his did. Brittany's did the same thing, and just instinct, got off the throttle and gave it a good old whack, and the thing hooked back up, drove it to the finish line, and ended up winning my first round of competition in style. Get down to the finish line, go for the parachute lever, hit the parachute lever, chutes don't come out at the shortest shutdown on the NHRA circuit, and this thing was like a bucking bronco down there trying to get it slowed down, but got it stopped, made the turn, and that was how we started the 2019 season. And you know, it was just a wild ride from there. You know, going into Pomona, we didn't have a crew, obviously. There was only the three of us, so we called around, got a crew put together, a bunch of fly-in guys, and after first round in Pomona, it rained out, the race rained out, so we had to go race on Monday. And because I beat Brittany first round, all my crew guys were flying, they had to go back to the real jobs on Monday. So Brittany's team actually ended up coming over to my pit and setting my car up for that Monday E2. And the car hauled the mail. We ended up running, I think, 369 and got beat by a few thou by Mike Salinas. If I would have been a little bit better on the starting line, we would have gone to the semis. And you know, that just set the bar for the 2019 season. We ended up, you know, really struggling there during the middle of the year, but you know, we got Mike Green on board a few races into the season, and the car started turning around. We started turning on wind lights and really turning some heads, and you know, come the Western Swing, we get to we didn't have a very good weekend in Denver at the beginning of the Western Swing, showed a lot of potential in Sonoma, and I had a feeling things were going to start turning around for us. And we go into Seattle and ended up winning the race. Won my first career NHRA national event, and you know, all weekend long we had a great car, very consistent car, not the best car on the facility, but had a good consistent car. And I was feeling myself, the crew guys were feeling themselves, and it all worked out. Ended up having a few close races on Sunday morning in Seattle, and caught a break against Clay Milliken. His parachute came out, and after that happened, we kind of had a feeling it was going to be our day, and lined up against Steve Torrance in the final. Rolling up into the water box for the final round in Seattle, Top Fuel's right behind Funny Car. Well, John Force, my boss, he's in the final round, and up against Ron Capps, and he's going for his 150 national event win. And I'm sitting there, prime seating right behind him, watching this all go down. Well, he ends up winning the race, wins his 150th, a goal that, or achievement that nobody will ever probably reach again. He's going to probably go down as the one and only to ever do that. And I obviously lost myself, lost my head, and was in the car fist bumping, screaming, trying to jump up and down, but can't because I'm all tied in there. And so that just started the whole emotion process for me going up. There was no other person that I wanted to race in my first final round than Steve, just because of the past track record he's had, and just how great that team has been. And go up there, and he double bulbs me in the final round, which I've never experienced that. Come final, that's when it pays. So whatever it takes, it takes. So he double bulbs me, and my mind goes blank. And I see that he double bulbs me. Well, typically the other driver, the opponent, would sit there and wait, because he's got his clutch, or he's got his foot off the clutch pedal, his clutch is heating up, and I'm just sitting there with my clutch pedal in. Well, me being a rookie, it totally caught me off guard. My mind went blank, and I rolled in and fully staged. Well, I had my foot on the clutch pedal still, like a pro stock. The tree comes down, it caught him off guard that I staged so fast. He had like a 138 light. I ended up swapping feet and had a terrible light, like a 230 or 270. I think you could have added up 5 races in my reaction time and it wouldn't have been that bad. But he ended up smoking the tires. We got the win. Everything worked out, and it was just best day of my life. I ended up getting up on top of the wing like an old sprint car dance when you get in victory lane, and the crowd loved that, and it was just an amazing day. It was just unbelievable that it all worked out like that. John Force took a shot on a young kid like me, and the day he gets his lifelong goal of getting 150 wins, I get my lifelong goal of winning, just one national event. So, hopefully we can add to that list and try and run him down one day, but I don't think anybody will ever be able to do that. So the 2019 season, my rookie season, there was a lot of ups and downs. I think we had over 40 people work on this race car, trying to get a solid group of guys together for this thing, and ended up doing it right before the Western Swing. But it was just a lot of hard work in 2019. The way it all started, starting out with 3 people, me, John Schaefer, and Ronnie Thompson busting our tails trying to get it even out to the races, and John and Robert working the financial side with the snake, putting this deal together. So it was just an unbelievable year. I wouldn't want to change anything about it. Ended up getting our first win in Seattle, and that kind of tied the knot for me winning Rookie of the Year. That was our whole goal when we came into this deal. All three of my other teammates, Courtney, Brittany, and Robert, all won Rookie of the Year, and I wanted to stamp my name on that list with the John Force Racing drivers. But it was really all about everybody else coming together and giving me the opportunity to even compete for that award. Don the Snake Perdone for pulling this sponsorship together with Frank Teagues, and John and Robert working it just right to get them to sign the contract, and just putting all these people together. The team that we ended up with in the 2019 season was a dream come true. I'm close friends with each and every one of them, have dinner, drinks with them, on the regular still, and it was just all because of them that I was even in the opportunity to compete for that, because if the car wouldn't have performed, I would have never got that win. And I was awarded the AAA Auto Club Road to the Future Award. So just blessed to be in the position.